You know that feeling when you walk into Target for laundry detergent and somehow walk out with a new throw pillow, 3 scented candles, a kitchen gadget you use once, and yes, the detergent. Or when you are scrolling through your phone at midnight and suddenly you are convinced you absolutely need that gadget that promises to change your life. 2 days later it arrives. You open it, use it maybe once, and it joins the graveyard of impulse purchases collecting dust in your closet. Meanwhile, your credit card balance keeps climbing, and that emergency fund you promised yourself you'd start, still sitting at zero. If this sounds painfully familiar, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken. Your brain is actually working exactly as it was designed. But unfortunately, modern marketing has figured out how to hijack those ancient circuits to separate you from your hard-earned money. I am James, and I've spent years researching personal finance and the psychological tricks that keep ordinary people trapped in cycles of unnecessary spending. I've become obsessed with understanding why smart, capable individuals consistently make financial decisions they later regret. On this channel, I share practical insights that help you keep more of your money and build real wealth without feeling deprived. If you are tired of wondering where your paycheck went every month, you are going to find a lot of value here. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button so more people can break free from these expensive mental traps. Let me introduce you to what I call the instant gratification tax. This isn't something the government charges you. It is the premium you pay every single time you prioritize immediate pleasure over future benefit. Every unnecessary purchase represents a double cost. First, there is the obvious money leaving your wallet right now. But second, and this is what most people never calculate, there is the opportunity cost of what that money could have become if you de-invested it instead. That $50 impulse purchase isn't just $50 over 30 years with average market returns. That is roughly $400 you just traded away. Make that mistake 3 times a month, and they sacrifice nearly $15,000 of future wealth for stuff you probably forgot you bought within a week. The instant gratification tax explains why 2 people earning identical salaries can end up in completely different financial situations. It is not about willpower or discipline. It is about understanding the psychological mechanisms that drive unnecessary purchases and building systems to protect yourself from your own brain. Let me show you how this plays out in real life. Sarah and Mike both earn $65,000 annually and live in the same city with similar expenses. Sarah subscribes to 3 streaming services she rarely uses at $45 monthly, grabs coffee out 5 times a week at $6 each, and treats herself to online shopping therapy sessions twice a month averaging $120 each. She thinks of these as small pleasures that make life bearable. Mike enjoys the same things but structures them differently. He keeps 1 streaming service and rotates it every few months, makes coffee at home 4 days and treats himself once weekly, and implements a 48-hour rule before any non-essential purchase over $30. The math is striking. Sarah spends approximately $645 monthly on these patterns, or $7,740 yearly. Mike spends about $195 monthly, or $2,340 yearly. The difference of $5,400 annually doesn't sound life-changing until you extend the timeline. If Mike invests that difference starting at age 30, by age 65, he'll have accumulated approximately $780,000, assuming a conservative 7% annual return. Sarah will have a closet full of forgotten purchases and faded experiences. Same income, completely different financial futures. The only difference is understanding and managing the instant gratification tax. Here is another example that hits closer to home for many people. Consider car purchases. James bought a 3-year-old certified pre-owned sedan for $22,000, while his coworker David bought a brand new SUV for $48,000. Both financed their purchases. David felt successful driving off the lot in that new vehicle with the intoxicating new car smell. James felt slightly embarrassed about his practical choice. 5 years later, David still owes $18,000 on a vehicle worth $26,000. His monthly payment is $720. James paid off his car in 4 years, and now invests that $420 monthly payment over the next 20 years. That invested car payment will grow to approximately $220,000. David's need for the immediate gratification of a new car will ultimately cost him over $250,000 in future wealth. That is the instant gratification tax with compound interest working against you instead of for you. The psychology gets even more interesting when we look at how retailers exploit your brain. Vulnerabilities limited time offers create artificial urgency that bypasses your rational decision, making your brain releases dopamine, the same neurotransmitter involved in addiction. When you anticipate a purchase, marketing departments employ psychologists specifically to trigger this response. Free shipping thresholds make you buy more to avoid a $6 shipping fee, even though you are spending $25 extra to save that $6. Buy now, pay later services remove the immediate pain of payment, making your brain perceive the purchase as essentially free. None of this is accidental. It is engineered to extract maximum money from your wallet while making you feel smart about it. Now I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds great in theory, James, but I barely make enough to cover my bills. I don't have extra money to invest, so why should I worry about these small purchases? They are the only joy I have. I hear you. And this is exactly why understanding the instant gratification tax is crucial for you. When money is tight, every dollar wasted on unnecessary purchases is a dollar that could have reduced your financial stress. Those small purchases add up to hundreds monthly, which could be your emergency fund preventing you from going into debt when your car breaks down. I am not suggesting you eliminate all pleasure from your life. I am suggesting you become intentional about where your pleasure dollars go so you are choosing joy instead of being manipulated into purchases that don't actually make you happier. Others might be thinking that life is short and you can take money with you when you die. So why not enjoy it now? This is the exact mentality that keeps people trapped in financial anxiety for decades. Here is the truth. Nobody wants to hear unnecessary purchases. Don't actually make you happier beyond about 15 minutes. Research consistently shows that experiences create more lasting happiness than possessions, and financial security creates more lasting happiness than either. That anxiety you feel when unexpected expenses hit, that stress about whether you can retire, that feeling of being trapped in a job you hate because you need the paycheck, those are directly caused by years of paying the instant gratification tax. Real enjoyment of life comes from freedom, options, and security, not from another package arriving at your door. So, what do you actually do about this? How do you stop paying this tax without feeling deprived? Let me give you 5 practical strategies you can implement immediately. First, implement the 72-hour rule for any non-essential purchase over $50. When you want something, add it to a list instead of buying it immediately. Wait 3 days. If you still want it and can explain how it adds genuine value to your life, buy it guilt-free. You'll be shocked how many things lose their appeal once the dopamine rush fades. This simple pause breaks the impulse buying cycle and typically reduces unnecessary purchases by 60% or more. Second, unsubscribe from promotional emails and unfollow brands on social media. You cannot resist temptation, you don't. See, every marketing email is designed by professionals to trigger your buying impulse. Every sponsored post is engineered to create desire for things you didn't know existed 5 minutes ago. Remove the triggers and you remove the temptation. This feels extreme until you realize how much mental energy and money you save. Third, track every purchase for 1 month without judgment. Don't try to change your behavior yet. Just write down everything you spend and how you felt when you bought it. At the end of the month, review your list and highlight purchases you'd forgotten about or regretted. This awareness alone will change your future behavior because you'll see patterns you didn't know existed. Most people discover they were spending $300 to $500 monthly on things that added zero value to their lives. Fourth, create a guilt Free spending category in your budget specifically for discretionary purchases. Give yourself permission to spend a set amount monthly on whatever brings you joy without justification. Maybe it is $100. Maybe it is $200, depending on your situation. The key is once it is gone until next month. This prevents the deprivation mindset that leads to binge spending while keeping your overall spending in check. You are not restricting yourself. You are directing your resources intentionally. Fifth, automate your savings and investments before you have a chance to spend. Set up automatic transfers the day after your paycheck hits. Pay your future self first. What you don't see in your checking account, you won't miss. Start with just 5% of your income if that is all you can manage. The amount matters less than building the habit. As you reduce unnecessary purchases using the other strategies, increase this percentage. Within 6 months, most people find they can comfortably save 15 to 20% without feeling deprived because they've eliminated spending that wasn't creating value anyway. Here is what I want you to understand. Every unnecessary purchase isn't just costing you money today. It is stealing from your future freedom, that future version of you who wants to retire comfortably, who wants to quit a toxic job, who wants to travel or pursue a passion. That person is counting on you to stop paying the instant gratification tax today. The marketers and retailers will keep engineering new ways to separate you from your money. Your defense is awareness, systems, and intention. You have more control than you think. Those feelings of desire that seem overwhelming in the moment, they are just neurochemicals that fade in minutes if you don't act on them. That voice telling you that you deserve this purchase, it has been planted by billions of dollars in marketing research. Your actual deserving has nothing to do with buying more stuff. You deserve financial peace. You deserve options. You deserve freedom from money stress. If this perspective shift resonates with you, do me a favor. Hit that like button so this message reaches more people who need to hear it. Subscribe to this channel because I am going to keep sharing the financial truths that nobody else wants to tell you. And here is your homework this week. Just this week, pause before every non-essential purchase and ask yourself one question. Am I buying this, or is my brain being bought? That awareness is the first step toward keeping more of your money and building the financial future you actually want. You've got this. Small changes in awareness create massive changes in outcomes. Let's build that future together.